Homeowners, what's the creepiest thing you found left by a previous owner? The first message from Mrs. Gable was sweet. The azaleas need watering twice a week, dear. We just moved into our dream home, a beautiful old Victorian she'd lived in for 50 years. My fiancé, Liam, and I thought it was charming. She was just a lonely old woman who missed her house. The second text, an hour later, was less sweet. You know, you shouldn't leave your laptop on the coffee table like that. It's a fire hazard. I froze. We were in the living room and I could see the laptop right where she said it was. I showed Liam. He brushed it off, saying she probably just remembered a habit of hers, but the messages kept coming. That blue dress looks lovely on you, Sarah. Liam, you really should call your mother back. She sounded worried. The advice became unnervingly specific, referencing conversations we'd had in what we thought was total privacy. The breaking point was when she texted me, "Don't worry about the argument. All couples fight about money." We'd had a quiet, tense discussion about wedding finances not 10 minutes earlier, whispering in the kitchen. That night we couldn't sleep. The house felt violated. Liam, who works in IT security, started with the obvious. He swept for listening devices for hidden Wi-Fi networks. Nothing. It was maddening. We started to feel like we were going crazy. Was she just guessing? Was this some elaborate prank? The paranoia was the worst part. We started talking in code, writing notes to each other. We stopped being intimate. The house we loved was becoming a prison. The discovery was small, almost an accident. I was dusting the ornate ceiling medallion in the dining room and a glint of light caught my eye. Tucked into the plasterwork, no bigger than a pinhead, was a tiny lens. My heart stopped. Liam brought a ladder and gently pried the smoke detector from the ceiling. Tucked inside was a tiny camera, hardwired into the house's electricity. We spent the next 48 hours tearing our home apart. We found them everywhere. In light switches, inside a teddy bear she'd gifted us for our future children, drilled into the back of our headboard. There were 37 in total. Some were ancient, some were new. She'd been upgrading her system for years. We went to a lawyer who told us something chilling. Because she installed them when she owned the property, she might try to make a bizarre claim to the footage as intellectual property. We decided to confront her directly. We went to her new apartment, a sterile little box across the street. She welcomed us in with a smile, offering us tea. "We found the cameras, Mrs. Gable," I said, my voice shaking. She just smiled serenely. "Oh, I just wanted to make sure you were taking care of my house. I've watched every family that's lived here since my Harold passed. It's like a television show." Liam didn't yell. He just pulled out his phone, opened an app, and showed her a live feed from a new camera we'd installed on our porch, pointing directly at her front door. "So have we," he said quietly. She finally looked horrified. "The restraining order says she can't come within 500 feet of the house, but we know she still watches from her apartment window. Sometimes we see the little red glint of her binoculars reflecting in the fading light."